If my video from maybe a week and a half ago talking about how I needed a vacation um, was, how do we say it, was me at like a 9 in terms of being overworked, boy, today's me at about a 10. And ironically, none of this is necessarily directly related to writing. It's just a mixture of like everything happening right now. Writing is just a small part of it, and in fact, it's actually probably the smallest part of it. But boy, I didn't even get a chance to get to the keyboard till this evening, and let me tell you, this was a really rough session. You can see me even like at the keyboard there, like my head back, like unfocused or trying to focus, but man, it's just full of this tiredness, this want to just lay down. And boy, when I get my son off here, that's what's going to be happening. But man, this was just a rough one. I say this a lot, and I'm going to say it again. Your personal life will affect your writing life. You cannot have a disruptive personal life and expect to have a strong writing, creative life. It doesn't work that way. Creating is much much higher on the Maslow hierarchy of need than the sustainability of your your security, your food, your water. Right? Those are very base things you have to satisfy first. Getting to the creative level where you can be creative and fulfilled and all that stuff, that's pretty high on the list there. And if you haven't met those earlier needs, and if something's thrown into like complete flux, well, good luck trying to get your best work out. It's not often possible. Tragedy, hardship can be turned into creative work. Many songwriters have taken a broken heart and turned that into a best hit. But if your life is in complete turmoil, and you don't have this sort of basis, or if you're overworked, you're tired, what have you, you cannot expect to be putting out your best work. And boy, today is reaching that peak. I said before when my book came out, when it was self-published, I might be taking a small vacation, a small break, and that's probably going to happen. Sometime this fall, I'm probably going to be taking maybe, I don't know, some time where maybe a week or so away from the keyboard. I don't know, but I've sure been feeling it. Maybe my energy will come back. I go through plenty of periods of time where I talk about being overworked, tired, and it seems like a week later I'm doing fine. Perhaps I'll just kind of work through this. Writing is certainly not the most challenging of things in the world, especially historically. It's very, very easy. But again, us writers, we are not in a vacuum here. We are not doing this solely. For a writer, their writing time is not their job. It is what they're doing instead of watching television or watching YouTube like the rest of the world does after work to recover, right? So we're sort of taking the time that we would normally be recovering like other normal functioning sane human beings, and instead using that to pursue something great, which is awesome, which is great. But boy, there still needs to be an element of recovery at some point. And today's session was just not very good. I ended it relatively early just because the words were not coming out, and anything I was putting down would just be deleted tomorrow. And so with that, I'm going to wrap this up here and just come back tomorrow. That's all you can do. When you have a bad day, recognize it's a day, not a week. It's not a month. It's not a year. It's a bad day. It's a bad 24 hours. You can move on, and you will.